So, I've become friendly with the Blue Zone guy. We've talked about the Blue Zone books and the Blue Zone places and the documentary, How to Live to Be 100, where, people do common things around the world and they've got great lives. And it's kind of simple. And the founder of the whole concept who did the study is a professional continental biker. The guy is biked from Alaska to Argentina.
Oh, I love that.
Wow. Just to watch the match last night. No.
It was not in Argentina.
His name is Dan Buettner. He's become a friend of mine. I invited him on this morning because last night he and I were having some male bonding, getting together, just talking about life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. And I said anything that, I could share on the radio that maybe I wouldn't know about from watching the doc and reading some of your books. And he talked about short people, and my ears perked up.
Obviously.
Dan, it's good to see you again, buddy.
Good to be here. Well, I wasn't pandering, but in the blue zones up in these highlands of Sardinia, you would look like you were an NBA player.
That's right. You heard that.
Okay.
So what did you discover about shorter people?
So in the blue zones, the men tend to be shorter. So if you're 5'9" or shorter, it's worth about an extra 5 years of life expectancy over being, say, my height, which is 6'2" or taller.
I'm so sorry for you. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great to live that much longer. Do you understand how many people in my family I called after he told me that last night?
I mean.
And what's the reason?
Well, there may be three reasons. First of all, taller people have more cells, so there's a better chance that one of those cells go rogue and you get cancer. Secondly, tall people tend to have something called a higher IGF-1, which is a growth hormone, which is why they're tall, but later in life, that actually causes mortality. It actually makes a shorter life. And also taller people, they have more load on their heart, on their cardiovascular system, so they're more likely to get a heart attack. So it's these three small things that add up to a handful more years, and they're probably going to be good years.
It's so interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen the documentary he did on Netflix, you've got to see
it.
It's How to Live to Be 100. Is that the title of it?
Live to 100, Secrets of the Blue Zone.
Live to 100, Secrets to the Blue Zones. And check out the Blue Zones. Ben, you got a new documentary you're working on, too,
Right.
which will be about...
New blue zones. So we found areas in the world with the highest healthy life expectancy. In America, we can only expect 64 good years before we have major disease or disability. I found places where people are living 12 more good years than we are in America, and it's a constellation of a number of simple things we completely miss, and that'll be on National Geographic books and documentary in January.
Okay, so Loma Linda is a blue zone in Southern California, right? Yeah, that's one of them. So hi, Loma Linda, if you're listening. Dan Buettner, the blue zone guy, we call him. Stick around. We're going to take a quick break. A couple more things that he shared with me I want to share with you that just made me feel good. Like it makes you feel good, and it gives you sort of a navigation for how to live your life in simple ways. He also has food. Did you know he has food in the grocery store? His frozen foods without all the sodium and crud in them, right?
Yeah, so if you want to know what a centenarian ate to live to be 100, you have to know what she ate as a little girl and middle age and then lately. And we found all the ingredients and we put them in a line of food called Blue Zone's Kitchen. It's the #1 best-selling frozen whole plant-based food. 7,000 orders. Likely to be in the frozen section of your grocery store.
Amazing.
So, convenience and good for you. If you've ever heard about the Blue Zones, Dan Buettner is the founder. He's the author. He did all the research. He's the explorer. He's a biker. The guy's a biker. So we become friends, and we went biking not too long ago. And he has biked from Alaska to Argentina. We biked like around the track at the high school. But I still scratched myself. I got hurt.
You got injured.
I ran into a bush. Look at this.
Wow, that is quite the battle wound.
You're lucky I'm here.
Yeah, and it's been so hot lately. You guys are biking in this heat. Woo!
He went from Alaska to Argentina, no scratches. I biked the high school track, scratches. So he's here now with us this morning, and he also was telling me something very interesting about where you get pain in your back and your neck and how that affects your life.
Tell me more.
I don't want to know.
Okay.
I'm
I want to know because I
Explain this to them,
literally
'cause
have it right now.
Well, and I moan all the time, but
Yeah.
explain what it means.
Yeah. So the current project is to find the areas of the world who have the where people have the longest lives in full health. What does full health mean? Well, it means not having diabetes or being overweight or having cancer. But it turns out that it also means eluding disability. And the number one disability, the one that costs us the most, that creates the most years of misery, is simple back and neck pain. You know, we really weren't meant as a species to stand up. That was an evolutionary.
We're supposed to crawl.
Well, we were on. I mean, the early humans, they were on all fours, you know,
Yeah.
and we learned how to stand up a few million years ago. But it turns out that's not good for our back and our neck.
So, if you do have the back pain or the neck pain, what do you do to remedy that?
So there's a few things. So the most powerful thing's kind of boring, not smoking. Smoking is the number one driver of back and neck pain. People don't know that. But secondly, prophylactic acupuncture works. In other words, going to the acupuncture every month or so, staying on top of it. And then, of course, you want to make sure your computer is at eye level, so you're not bending down, your neck is hanging down.
Oh,
and that makes a big difference
no.
over time since we spend so much time on our devices.
How important are comfortable feet or shoes or insoles?
Yeah, well, you know, if you're, I think I told you the story when we started Blue Zones. We brought one of the academics into a big store to show us what products in the pharmacy are going to most extend our life. And this professor went right to the foot products, the Dr. Scholl's foot products, and said, if your feet hurt, you don't walk, and then everything cascades down from there. You know, the most powerful thing most Americans could do to add 3 years of life expectancy, if you go from being a couch potato, zero exercise, to just 20 minutes, to walking to go get your groceries, to walking to your friend, 20 minutes a day will give you 3 years of life expectancy. And there's no pill, there's no supplement, there's no stem cell out there that's going to give you that. So these simple things we miss them in the barrage of marketing messages, but there's so many powerful small things we can do that can add up to 12 good years of life.
And free, like you can walk for free.
Exactly.
You know? So I've always been fascinated by his research and by his projects. So look it up, Blue Zone, and see where they are, the Blue Zones around the world. The new doc is coming out soon. And the foods in the grocery store, I didn't even know about that, but he's got a healthy line of frozen foods called Blue Zone Kitchen. Yeah, Blue Zone's Kitchen. Dan Buettner, my new best friend.
Yeah, obviously. Besties.
Yeah, next time we bike, he said I can go in a sidecar, though.
Smart. Yeah.
Thanks.
We almost had a pile up.
Yeah, we almost ran into it. Exactly. Great to see you, pal. Thanks for coming in. All right, buddy. He said earlier, short people live longer. Sissany, what are you?
5 foot, baby.
You're going to live forever.
I am going to be 101.
Tanya, what are you?
5'3".
You're good.
Okay.
Ruby, how tall are you?
I am 5'5".
Okay.
Getting up there.
In intern Madison, shorter people live longer. How tall are you?
I'm around 5'8".
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Remember, you said like 5'9" and under, so
at
you're, I think
least-
you're still good.
Okay.
She's still
Well, at
good,
least she's
yeah.
at intern stage of her life. She's got a long way to go. I don't know if she'll outbeat me since I'm 5'7" by Wikipedia, but 5'8" in real life. All
You
right.
said
Anyway,
5'9".
that's what I told the licensed people, the DMV. But wasn't that great? Didn't you? I just loved it when he told me that. I got so excited and sleep last night.
I know.